The Apple Watch Series 4 has been announced, and it comes with some pretty big changes, although it looks very familiar if you're used to the Apple Watch series before this. Now it's only 2 millimeters difference in size. I have the 44 millimeter here, and to compare it to the Apple Watch 3rd generation, which is 42 millimeters, you're really hard pressed to see the difference in size. The one thing that really is noticeable though is the display. You'll see that it's actually pushed much closer to the edges, so the screen is actually bigger on the Apple Watch Series 4. That gives just more real estate for Apple to provide more metrics or to make the numbers larger, more easy to read. We like that on the run because as you're glancing at the numbers, you can see the time of day, you can see your pace very easily. The case and everything is actually a little bit narrower as far as top to bottom, so it's still about the same volume. Apple managed to pack a little bit larger battery in there, so you're gonna get about an hour extra. It'll take you up to about 6 hours now if you're running a marathon with the outdoor workout. Of course, if you have GPS enabled and cellular data enabled and you're streaming music to your Bluetooth headphones, your battery life is going to decrease. One of the big features that really caught a lot of attention is the Ekg function in this watch. If you look at the back side, you still see the green heart rate detection, but around that there are electrical sensors here, and that allows the watch to send signals through your body, and if you are wearing the watch and you tap and hold on the digital crown, it's going to take EKG as if you were in your doctor's office. You can get an alert. It'll say either that you have a normal sinus rhythm or that you do have some kind of issue, and then you can print out a PDF of the rhythm, take it to your doctor and have him or her follow up with you a little bit more closely on that. That feature is not ready to be tested yet. It's not available on the watch, so we have not been able to test it. We have been able to test another big feature, fall detection. So if you're wearing this watch and you fall down, it's gonna tell you, it looks like you've fallen down. Should we call for help? If I did not move for a full minute, then it would have automatically called for help. It would have contacted my emergency contacts and it would have contacted authorities to come help me because I was non-responsive. It doesn't necessarily detect every fall. I threw myself on the ground a number of times. It detected it only once, and Apple says it's a very complicated system where it might not be able to detect if you fall when you're running or riding a bike, for example, because those are less predictable types of falls than a slip or a trip. So if you slip, your arms go up, you fall backwards, hit the ground hard, they can detect that. If you trip, you go forward, your arms go down, they can detect that. Signal is a little bit better on these too because it now has a ceramic back. That allows signals to pass through the back of the watch where the aluminum case would have blocked that in previous generations. And also, it's just a little bit faster. Regardless of which generation Apple Watch you have, you're gonna wanna update to watchOS 5. There are some handy features in there that you're gonna like. And one of those is podcasts. So if you're on the run and you like to listen to music or podcasts, now there is a podcasts app built in. Another one is auto workout detection. Maybe you head out the door, you forget to hit start. It's gonna notice that you're doing a workout. It's gonna try to determine which workout it is, and it's also going to record the data all the way up until you hit the start button, so you won't lose any of that data if you stepped out the door. Likewise, it's gonna detect when you stop, and it's gonna say, looks like your workout's over, do you wanna end? Pace alerts. So you can say, I wanna run 8-minute pace, and it's going to alert you if you fall below that pace or if you get too quick of that pace. I've noticed it only does it if I jumped over that threshold from one side or the other. So that's a nice thing, especially if you're using that pace to say race a marathon, you want to make sure you're on the mark. The Apple Watch Series 4 costs $399 for the GPS version, and it'll cost $499 for the GPS and cellular version. And it'll be available in stores Friday, September 21st.